Bruce, what's up?
Ito
Hello.
nakamit pala. What up, Bruce? Here on a rainy Thursday. Yeah.
Listen tayo,
Fuck.
bro.
Yeah,
I
that's...
spoke before I realized I was on mute.
Yeah. Tang na naman, Jasper. Diba?
Glendale,
Yeet.
good evening. Yeet. Julian, belated happy birthday to you, sir.
Oh, yeah, Julian. Happy birthday, man.
Yeet. That was really entertaining, that press conference.
Hope everyone is safe and dry and warm inside. Traffic's really bad, I
Yeah.
think.
The weather is also, it's raining. Pag-asa said we are now entering into the cold season.
Yep.
So bring out your jacket. Yes.
Jacket. Jacket season. Libations is coffee. I got coffee happening. Tara naman tayo.
Alright, I'm back. Wala ako for a bit. Hey, hello.
Guys, I don't hear anyone.
Yes. Ay, hello. I'm back. Nag-shutdown yung PC ko for a bit. Sorry about that.
Am I lagging?
No, you're not lagging, bro. Yeah, we can hear you.
Who's ready for story time?
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
Let me talk to him.
Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Adam!
Hey everyone, this is Jeff Cobb.
I have to finish the story.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Run!
Bang! The sniper is shooting you down. This is TMDK's Robbie Eagles.
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
Hello, my name is Ilya Dragunov, the Czar, the NXT champion, and you're listening to...
And you're listening to...
And you're listening... And you are listening...
And you're listening
to the Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
Right, testing if this works. It's been a really bad technical lately. You are listening and watching to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. It's Ro and Emil joining you this Thursday evening. It's really rainy. It's really bad out there. Or, well, not depends on where you are, but it's not that great. So I hope you're all, or thank you for joining us and keeping us company while we keep you company on this mid-October evening. So what up? This is Ro and Emil. Once again, no Stan, no Chino, no Ro and ASH as usual. Pero we're here to deliver our takes and process all the feelings that have happened over the past week. And it's been a huge week. How are you, Emil?
I'm good, doing well. Again, it's raining outside, pero I'm safe naman dito sa loob ng bahay. I haven't been out in a few days, so I'm good, doing well.
Yeah, it's been a really wild week. I'm good as well. I've been really tired. It's been a really tough week in the real world, in the adult world. So it is what it is. This is our safe haven, if you will, for wrestling. Buti na nakaka-catch up pa ako with the Tuesday night wars that happened yesterday morning our time. So let's before we get right into that, let's tell the people, Emil, let's do some housekeeping here. Let's tell the people what is in store for them when they sign up or when they choose to support us by signing up to our Patreon.
All right, so you'll get a lot of benefits if you join in on our Patreon program. It's at patreon.com/the Wrestling Podcast for as low as $5 or 260 to 270 pesos in a local currency. Of course, you'll be
Ako ba nagalag, Emil? Okay, sige. Sige, I'll take over from there. Thank you, Emil, for your service.
I can continue. No,
All right,
no, wala
sige,
na ako
go.
for a bit.
Sige, go.
So, you can, again, like I said earlier, you can join in on our Discord where you can interact with your fellow podcast and join in on our watch parties that we just had last Sunday with Fastlane. So for future watch parties, you want to join in on that, you can join in on our Discord by subscribing to our Patreon. And also, if you're aware of the pasabay thing that we have been doing the last couple of months, the second batch is they're processing now, so about to come in a few days or a few weeks. So if you want to join in next time and get your want to get your authentic wrestling merch like I'm wearing, like my boy Will pointed out in the comments, I'm wearing my legit KO WWE shop t-shirt. So if you want in on that and you want to get some friendly rates on the service fees na pinapatong namin, you can join in on our Patreon. And lastly, you'll get the review content of the weekly wrestling shows courtesy of Ro and Rowan, like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, and all the wrestling happenings in the world. And again, by subscribing to our Patreon, you're pretty much supporting everything that we do here on the pod. So again, please subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/wrestling podcast.
Yeah, our pasabays are pretty much on the way. They have already shipped from the US. I believe our first batch from WWE is gonna arrive this weekend, so stay tuned na yung mga order. And as you can see, we help people get their get their merch from your favorite wrestling companies. And syempre, we're gonna do probably soon a Crown Jewel watch party, or it depends on how much interest it's gonna have. Marami kasing it's a tough time to watch on Saudi Arabia time. It worked nung I believe it was Night of Champions.
Many
Pero
champions.
the Money in the Bank did not do much better than that. So yeah. So yeah, it's been a big week in wrestling, as I said earlier. Let's talk about the big thing that happened yesterday, Manila time. Jasper, let's put it up. Yun. So it was the Tuesday night battle, as you can see in this picture. One John Cena had the dubious honor, or hindi naman dubious, but the amazing honor of appearing on both TBS and USA Network at the same time slot. So yes, John Cena pulled off a Rick Rude, and it was huge. Before we dive into the whole discussion about this, Emil, were you watching live, or did you have the opportunity to watch live?
I wasn't able to watch live. I mean, I tried to stay up yesterday to be able to watch both shows live, pero hindi. I had to watch it after afternoon or late night na.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't watch these things live because I'm at work, so talagang hindi ko naabutan. And I don't like watching live anymore. It's a chore for me because I have to really spend effort, giving it my full attention. So, yun. NXT and Dynamite went head to head. There wasn't a slight difference in time slot. Talagang 8 to 10 p.m. to the Eastern time. So that means everyone brought out all the stops to do their thing, to try and win the demo battle, as it were. The stats are in. Both shows pulled in a combined around 1.5 thereabouts million viewers. NXT defeated AEW Dynamite because it pulled in around 900,000 viewers, and Dynamite only pulled in around 620 something thousand viewers. So those are the stats. Them's are the scores, and a lot of people are saying that okay, it's a huge statement from WWE because AEW was the upstart, and as we all know, Tony Khan was acting like the upstart. We'll talk about that in a while, and they crushed AEW. But the fact that they pulled in all these big names and then added some in the heat of the moment, it's not just petty, but they were also pretty scared. They were scared that Dynamite was going to beat NXT once again like it did in 2021, 2020 before NXT moved back to Tuesdays. And without those big names, without John Cena, without The Undertaker, without Cody Rhodes, without LA fucking Knight, I don't think they would have stood a chance. So I think Tony Khan had a bit of a point when he was doing his coke-fueled victory lap in a way. But what do you think of this, Emil? What is your hot take? I know you are a man of hot takes. So what is your hot take of with all this for all this news?
I mean, there was a tweet by our friend Mon on Twitter that I saw yesterday, and he said it's like the 2010 Miami Heat converging together going up against the 2023 Denver Nuggets, and it's like. But overpowered naman masyado talaga yung AEW kasi they NXT WWE brought in the big guns. I mean, they had the Undertaker appear on NXT, which that was never on my bingo card for 2023. That was never on my bingo card ever. That he will ever appear on a developmental program like NXT. So in a way, yes, what you said was kind of true. Na WWE was kind of afraid na AEW was coming into their time slot and possibly winning that matchup, and so they parang in a way they were in desperation mode, and I guess they won. Mas madami silang viewers, pero kailangan pa nila gawin yon just so that they could get ahead of AEW, which was weird. I mean, for me, NXT is the best. In terms of the wrestling and the storytelling, NXT is the best weekly program right now. So, siguro, and this week, that wasn't the same feeling that I had with NXT. It felt like this was a super show, that they had all of the guys, all the big guns, and parang nawala yung storytelling for just this episode. For this episode, just all-star game siya. na lahat ng mga big names andito, and there wasn't really any consequential that happened aside from maybe the breakout tournament. Yun lang. That was the only consequential thing that happened on the show on NXT.
Yeah, that's my next question actually. Which show was the better show objectively? Kasi there's one show that really had a lot of big stars, so mataas yung novelty level nila. But then there was the other show that just did its thing and continued its stories, diba? So I'm gonna agree there. To me, AEW did its thing. It stacked its card as well, but in a way that still made sense. About like, there's still Edge versus Luchasaurus, right? There's still Bryan Danielson on wrestling on the card, which is he's part of that show talaga. It's really weird. I don't like it when people say na WWE was flexing because that's their PR machinery at work. You see all these guys converging on the Performance Center, and giving NXT the boost it needs. Syempre, WWE fans are going to see that as the Avengers assembling. Pero what we really see is them not confident in the usual NXT product every week. Whereas AEW was fully confident with their usual business as usual regular storytelling, their regular stories. And the fact that they didn't do anything stupid or crazy other than, putting Edge, which was originally their plan anyway. I like that for AEW. I like that for Tony Khan. I didn't like a lot of what other things Tony Khan did, but the fact that he didn't make it weird, he didn't have to shoehorn a lot of these people without a lot of sense, I really appreciated that. So, here's one thing pala that's interesting, another interesting stat. So both shows did around 1.5 million viewers combined. That is what Raw does every Monday. So the thing about that is you've got all these big names. You got the fucking Undertaker to appear in the American Badass character, and you still couldn't break 1 million in NXT. Diba? So this tells us one thing, na it's not about who you have. It's about that. It's about who you have, but it's also a big part of. Where they're appearing is also a big part of the whole experience. So because it wasn't Raw, because it wasn't SmackDown, talagang dehado pa rin yung NXT. Kasi it's still NXT. It's still the developmental show. The same way where Dynamite doesn't get all of WWE's viewers, even though you have like former WWE stars, just because it's AEW, just because it's a different company. And we also experienced that here in the Philippines. We're in MWF, but the people who watched us in PWR did not all come over to MWF. So talagang, it's one of those things na it's the brand that really matters in wrestling. So what do you think of that? Does this matter to you as someone looking into the business as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like hindi, it's a two-parter thing. Like yes, you are bringing in this, but what are they gonna do? Yung gagawin nila, it also matters. Like I was kind of a little bit pissed that they had LA Knight come in and they didn't even have him cut a promo. Dino straight niya. That's when he got over. It's cutting promos, and he didn't have him cut a promo on NXT. They just really had him be the special guest referee. It's like, those things. And the Undertaker came in at the end, just did this thing. Yun lang. Like again, like I said, there wasn't really any consequences to all the big stars that came in. They were just parang feeling ko, they were just there to pop a rating. And you can say that they did, pero parang for me, with the cast like that, you should be able to maximize them as much as possible. And I feel like they weren't able. And then parang nagmumukha tuloy na talagang pinasok lang sila dito just for for the sake of them being there.
Yeah, it's just that a lot of people were going crazy over this. Like, yes, WWE, this is what WWE does, and then, it's really just window dressing for the fact that NXT couldn't beat Dynamite on its own. It's also funny, some WWE diehards are gonna say na, AEW, it's where legends retire. But when legends come back to WWE, when fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back at WrestleMania, you're all over that shit.
The main event of WrestleMania.
Exactly. Like, who are you kidding? These legends aren't shit. because they go to another company, diba? Kasi does it really matter? Does WWE only matter as the place where legends go, diba? So yeah, fickle. Okay, so one last thing about this whole Tuesday Night War, which I referenced earlier, Tony Khan was on, I guess, was on uppers because he was tweeting all over the place. He was taking shots at Triple H, Shawn Michaels, even Vince McMahon. But Vince McMahon is a really easy target. So this is strange behavior. But what do you think of this, Emil? I know you got feelings about this.
I mean, I did ask our Discord server last night if it's a bad look for an owner or a booker of a company to be tweeting stuff like that. Yung one tweet na talagang yung when he tweeted like he subtweeted a report about what Triple H and Shawn Michaels or maybe plan or what they're gonna do, and then he pointed out and yung sagot niya is like a picture of a door then nakalagay doon bald asshole. Like, why would he do that? Like, he's the owner of a company. He's the man in the second biggest wrestling company in the world, acting like a internet troll. You know, hindi naman sa like kinakalaban ko si TK, but he should have known better than that. Like, why? I mean, let the product speak for itself instead of you barking like an internet troll online. Diba? Napaka childish ng ganung behavior. Like people, like teenagers doesn't even do that anymore. Pero siya,
oh, they do.
Okay.
A lot of people do that. Not just teenagers, man. I'm gonna tell you in a little bit. Okay, yeah. Is that you got anything else to say about that?
Yun na nga, no? Like, it's a bad look for him, and parang in a way he got threatened by NXT. Which he shouldn't. Parang dapat hindi naman siya na-threaten eh. Kasi NXT were threatened by them, not the other way around.
That's right. Yeah. Parang na-offend siya na in-stack nila bigla yung NXT. Which is, what? It's business, dude. Come on. But, yeah, this is really a bad look. Kasi he does this behavior kasi there is a subset of AEW fans who just absolutely hate everything WWE does. So they'll pounce on this behavior. It resonates with them. And they'll see now, oh, our big leader is very vocal against WWE. So this is the kind of guy we like on top. He thinks it's a picture of strength, but it really isn't. We've already had enough of this behavior here in the local scene. And the fact that one of the biggest or most powerful men in wrestling today is doing this, acting like a fucking child, acting like an internet troll, as you said, yeah, is embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. It also undermines the thing that Kenny Omega said last week about people who leave AEW to go to WWE. They don't really talk shit about them because they wish them well. And then Tony Khan comes out here and starts trashing the competition. Parang, yeah, it's good to compete and try to be better, diba? And try to do what's best for business and try to improve the business with the opposing team. Pero let's fucking be adults about this, man. You are leading an entire company, and I guess the fact that he behaved like that kind of betrays the reason why you have controversies like CM Punk and the Elite fighting each other, or CM Punk fighting Jungle Boy, diba? And then he has the audacity to say he felt threatened for his life. When I guess CM Punk was right in saying that he did work with children, diba? Kasi his fucking boss was a child, or is a child. And it looked a lot more worse than it made him look, interesting or compelling. Like, yes, it was entertaining for a minute, and then when he took shots against people who weren't really paying him any mind, it just got a lot worse. I didn't want to have to say this because I don't want to burn any bridges, potential bridges I might build one day, pero it's just appalling. I think it's just really appalling, and I don't even want to say this because I don't want to trash Tony Khan at all. Like, I don't have a quarrel with him at all as a wrestling fan or person in the business, but this isn't a good look at all.
he really needs to have someone manage his social media, like for real. Like, uh, ano like sometimes he's not in control of what he's saying.
Yeah.
He still acts like a fan. Hindi naman
Oh,
masama maging
I'm
fan
a
or
fan.
maging
I act like a
fanboy.
fan.
Yeah,
I'm in
but
business.
yeah, pero 'di ba? Pero you're ahead of a company trying to lead a roster, and you're trying to preach na better backstage behavior,
Oh,
better
yeah, exactly.
behavior with interacting with fans, and then you do this. So it's again like you said, it's not a good look.
Tsaka he's gonna say, "It's all the work, brother. I'm working the boys. I'm working the business. I'm working the fans." Pero you're not an on-screen character to be working
Yeah.
anyone like this. You don't have a story. This isn't a story. This is you promoting your company. This is you promoting your product. So, but you're ganyan. Like that, I
True.
think that dealt a lot more damage to the reputation and possibly turned off a lot more people who might have wanted to tune into AEW. So that's not what you want as someone who's promoting the business, your company. It's just so embarrassing na umabot sa ganun. And the thing is, I think he needs therapy. I think there is something there that needs to be probed and treated. I think there is a little bit of mania that he needs to address. That's just me speaking as a fellow neurodivergent. But it's not a good look at all. It's not a good look for his business that is trying to play to be number one, diba?
Yes.
Yan. You got anything else to get off your chest about Tony Khan?
Yeah, I think we said it all. We said it all about
Yeah.
TK.
Sige.
Yung
Yeah.
ano dito is this might not be the last time we will talk about TK's behavior
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
definitely
For
not.
sure.
Well, Punk is gone, so we'll have all the time to talk about Tony Khan's behavior. All right, we'll
Yeah.
break down Dynamite a little more because I think we think it was the more compelling show. I mean, they did tell their stories. So before we do that, let's get into a quick break and hear from our fellow podcasts on the Pod Network.
Surprise.
Hey. Hey,
It's
hey,
me.
so yes, Jasper here. Ro's gonna be back in a little bit. So Jasper here is taking over for the meantime. So Jasper, how are you?
Hello, chat. It's been a rainy day. I'm really sick. I haven't really gotten any updates in wrestling, but I feel hyped about the really heated conversation you guys had about TK being the new CM Punk, bro. He really is the voice of the voiceless, bro.
All right. So speaking of Dynamite, let's talk about Dynamite here for a little bit. I mean, Bro did say that was a more compelling show
Yeah,
yesterday. So Jasper,
yeah.
pull up the slide. Okay,
Oh,
so the first item on the list for Dynamite is Hikaru Shida winning the AEW Women's World Championship for the third time,
third time.
and it pulls and the Saria's reign. They pulled the plug on that one. So this was a very surprising title win. When they announced this match, and coming into the match, I wasn't really expecting Shida to win because first of all, they didn't really hype it as much, and second, Saraya
Out of
just
nowhere.
won the yeah, it was out of nowhere. Saraya just won the title a few a
Weeks
month ago
ago.
actually, a
A
month
month
ago,
ago,
nung
yeah, a month
All
ago.
In. Yeah, so
All in.
so what do you think of this? Like, do you have opinions on this, Jasper? What do you think of
Uh,
Saraya's reign first of all, and then the Shida title reign? If you have any thoughts on that.
Well, to be fair with you, I think the whole Soraya win was a trick for the all in one because when did Soraya win the no the
At All
belt? It
In.
was all in
At
yung
All In,
sa ano
yes.
sa UK. Ay, tama
Yes,
ba?
the UK, the
Yeah.
Wembley
It,
show. That's when
yeah,
she
it,
won
it
the
was
title.
I see it more as a thank you or like a welcome back for Soraya. But I can't help but to feel a little bit like this is just for the people that for the UK people, because Saraya is from UK as well. And you gotta be honest, like Shido won the belt and automatically loses it the next title defense she had to Saraya, which is crazy. Maybe
So it's
this
kind
is
of disservice, right, for to
yeah the
Shida when
service.
she
So
yeah.
yeah, this I personally this does not help the both of them, but I do hope this time Shida keeps the belt for real. Like give her a really strong title run, man, because she really deserves this.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Na Shida does deserve, like, she honestly right now she is the ace of the women's division.
Women's,
Not
yeah,
Yeah, like especially now na Jamie Hayter, we still have no clue on whether or when she's gonna come back, and Britt Baker, she's not really doing anything as of this moment. So Shida is really the number one babyface right now on that brand, aside maybe from Chris Statlander, who is also busy with a
also
TBS
this.
title.
Yep.
So who, like, what are well, with in terms of the Soraya title run, like, is it her fault for not capitalizing on this opportunity to beat the champion, or is this on TK for giving up immediately, for giving up like that, just like that, on Soraya? Or maybe this is because of the timeless Tony character that has been sweeping the nation. I want to say something about the timeless Tony character. It's been gold. Like
It's been gold.
when it was first introduced, it was okay. Like, I thought it was gonna be a temporary thing, that because she was still
Yeah, but
allied
she
with
kept
the
it. Yeah, she
Outcast,
kept
right?
it.
She
She
kept
kept
it
it.
and she ran with it. Like, they
She
gave her the
ran
ball,
with.
they gave her this gimmick, and I must say it's one of the best things right now in AEW. So
I
what
do
do you think
agree.
was maybe the cause of? I
This
think you already
Saraya
said
win.
your reason, right?
Yeah,
The Saraya title win was just simply as fan service to the crowd in UK for All In,
UK.
which I also thought that was the same. I thought that was also the same reason why she won the title in the first place. Like, the event was
Mm.
in UK, she was the hometown
Makes
person, and
sense. It makes
yeah.
sense.
Plus, AEW has this habit of whoever is the hometown guy for that show, they would make them win. Like, the
Win.
very opposite of what WWE does frequently. Like, they would have the
Yeah.
hometown guy lose, but in AEW they very much welcome the hometown guy winning every time. And it kind of was, a thing, like you said, a thank you, parang pa-thank you na title win for Saraya. And I actually thought, remember, they had a title match a couple of weeks ago where I know Saraya and Tony Storm had a title match where I thought, okay, Tony's gonna take the title back, and they did it. So I
Yep.
was dun pa lang na surprise na ako na, okay, so maybe Saraya will have a lengthy title reign, because because I thought the first opportunity that they have to bring the title back to Tony Storm, because her character was getting hot, she was gonna win the title back, but it didn't nangyari. So
You dropped the
very,
ball.
yeah, it's very
Dropped the
surprising
ball.
na Shida wanted. I really thought it was gonna be Tony, but maybe Shida's gonna be another transitional champion. I really wish
Again,
hindi. I
I
really
hope
wish
hindi.
hindi. Pero I feel like because of the Tony character getting some momentum, na they might actually have Tony ran with the title again. So what do you think? Welcome back, bro. What do you think of this whole Shida title win and the Saraya title reign?
It's interesting. Sheeta did get yung title run, yung second title run niya cut short. But I thought the big story was Saraya versus Tony, kasi Tony had a big problem with Saraya. That's why she turned into the timeless character in the first place. I don't know if she's face, I don't know if she's heel, but she turned on Saraya, and that's why she is what she is now. That's why she descended into madness. So I thought that was the big end game they were building up to. Yeah, it's weird to me. I don't complain about Cheetah. Excuse me. But I thought that was a big match that they were gonna build up to at full gear. So yun lang. But I do I do think the rise of the timeless character had something to do with it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Jasper, next slide, please. Orange
All right.
Cassidy. Yep, Orange Cassidy is the two-time first. I think he's the first time first two-time international
Holder.
champion. Yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
I don't know, like the title win felt kind of weird. I don't know if it's me, just if it's just me, bro.
Kasi
I agree.
Phoenix is also injured.
Oh wow.
First, Moxley got concussed. That's why he had Ray Phoenix win the championship, and then Phoenix was apparently injured. That's why he shouldn't have won the championship. And then I felt like he should have lost the championship last week to Nick Jackson. So yeah, the backup plan was to go back to Orange Cassidy. I don't think the championship is cursed, Glendale, because Orange Cassidy was pretty much okay with it. So I think okay lang naman to, pero I wish they tried someone new. Like yes, it's great to break glass and bust out Orange Cassidy in case of fire, pero there are so many other people that you can go to, and so many other ways you can advance or progress the international championship. Tapos, you go back to Orange Cassidy is kind of lazy unless you're planning to go somewhere else with him as well. But I don't think so because Orange Cassidy is popular. But that's also why I feel it's lazy. Because you could just make someone new. Jasper, what do you think of this?
I was actually surprised just skimming through the slides that you gave me that Orange Cassidy
Uh,
won again. I didn't know
Surprise!
what like I said, I wasn't really updated about AEW recently due to work, but it's
Uh,
actually surprising that Orange won. Like no hate to the guy, but I think there's a lot more people who could hold that belt or like
yeah,
ready for our title run. Because
exactly.
Orange Cassidy already did his part by being a really good fighting champion, and that cost him his body. But I'm really weirded out about this. But I just hope he's not also just a transition holder of the belt. But it does feel like it's like that long.
The celebration felt
Yeah,
also weird. Parang he was not happy that he won. I mean, you know,
yeah.
Orange Cassidy, like pero it when you look at his face, parang hindi siya masaya.
Yeah,
He was kind of reluctant to celebrate.
I think no, because he was trying a lot of different things to beat Ray Phoenix. Tapos he finally found something that worked. So parang I felt like he was teasing a heel turn. I don't know how you can turn Orange Cassidy heel or what that would feel like. Pero parang iba nga yung dating niya. I think, and that was on purpose. Because if you can see it, if we can all see it, then it means it was deliberate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else
No,
you guys want to talk?
last thing.
Yeah, go.
I really think the Swerve versus Hangman program could have used this title. Yun lang.
Yeah,
Like
actually, pwede.
if they would transitioned it to someone else, I wish they could have had Swerve or Page win, and then they're gonna finish their
Yeah.
program with the international title.
With a belt. Yeah.
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 I agree with that.
All right, let's move on to the last bit and our favorite bit. Christian Cage and the TNT Championship is now AEW's father. He even vowed
Father
to
of
be
the
Lyric and Ruby's father.
Ruby.
Yeah, on this week's episode of Dynamite. Okay, so my question is the TNT Championship now the biggest title in AEW? What do you guys think? I say MJF has been sidelined for a bit because Adam Cole got injured, and you've got Jay White, which is okay, pero MJF has been busy doing other things. And syempre, the International Championship is back to Orange Cassidy, so they're maybe konti rebuilding yan. So this is my take. I think this is now the biggest championship, and what a run for Christian. Kasi the TNT went from being the bad little brother of the World Championship to being the biggest deal, the main event of the show. Diba?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because I did say a few months ago na the international title is now the second biggest title in AEW. The first one being the World Championship, but now it's kind of true. It was on the main event Wrestle Dream. It's on the main event of Dynamite in the last couple of weeks. And Christian has done such a good job. I mean, there was a time where parang ako kinususuklaman ko na yung TNT title because it kept switching hands. I remember the Wardlow Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, the Sammy Guevara Scorpio
Yeah.
Sky, where I really
Cody's.
hated that title. Cody, yeah. Kay Cody nagsimula yun eh. Like the time where I hated this title. But when Luchasaurus won it and then Christian started the program with it, like he ran away with it and he really owned up the TNT title and made it to the big deal that it is today. So I can say yes, it is right now the biggest title in AEW.
Jasper, what do you think?
Jasper, you have some thoughts about it?
Oh yeah. I'm just happy about Christian getting the spotlight that he deserved.
Yeah.
Decades ago when he was really this
Yeah.
good in TNA rin kasi, but you know, he really nails the whole asshole, no, like your father's dead shindig. And with that said, Christian himself brings the prestige, brings prestige to the title as well. Parang no one can touch him with it, so it gives more value due to that fact. In lang.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna take it a step further. I think Christian is the best heel in the business right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Especially
too.
when MJF turned
He's
face
out.
na rin.
Yeah.
The cream literally rose to the top. Like this is what he left WWE in 2005 for, to be the big deal in TNA. And now, legit big deal in siya. He's a meme everywhere. I mean, if you become a meme, you've made it, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's probably gonna start being a mainstream thing. Like, who doesn't want to? Who doesn't want to? I mean, how hard is it going to be to, use him whenever you're talking about fathers and dead fathers? So, I predict. I really love this late career run for Christian, which tells me in my mid-30s now, anything can still happen for me, which is great. I think for all Christian fans, I think we were vindicated. I think TK was vindicated when he brought in Christian in 2021, and then or 2020, I think. Or 2021, yeah.
2021.
And then, yeah. And then he called him a Hall of Fame worthy star. And then people were like, what? It's just Christian. But now it's fucking Christian.
It's
So,
Christian Cage with Cage,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. yeah.
Definitely.
Glendale
so
Glendale said
deserved-
something about WWE superstars leaving WWE, and it shows. Like for example, he gave Matt Hardy leaving WWE, and he became Broken Matt, and Christian Cage leaving WWE and becoming a father figure.
Yeah, they
So-
really reinvented
They really,
themselves.
really. Could add Zack Ryder there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Cardona lang kulang ano. Yeah. The only reason why Matt Cardona isn't like the biggest heel is because he doesn't appear on TV. Yeah. All right. We have Fastlane reactions as well before we close the show. But before we get to that, let's hear one more time from our fellow podcasts on the Pod Network. Yeah, one last thing I forgot, but it's Christian Cage versus Bryan Danielson on this week's Collision for the TNT Championship. Quick predictions: is this going to be a big Bryan win because he's been on a tear lately? But at the same time, Christian is fucking Christian. He is really good, and I think having the championship around the Edge feud is a nice little thing to have. So, what do you guys think? I think Christian retains. Real quick predictions.
I think
Christian
retains
retains. Yeah. Pero I can't help but to also think the Adam versus Christian feud can go on without the title. Honestly. May gravitas na yung feud na just for the history of them. Pero I'm glad that there's a title with it. Pero it could live without the title. So I'm not gonna be surprised if Bryan wins.
Yeah, there's
Jasper,
gonna
you're
be a
saying.
big interference with Adam Copeland with that I think he wants that belt. He mentioned it on this
The belt.
promo, Ata,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. I'm
Okay.
going with Christian.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. The last time, or the only time rather, that Edge and Christian feuded was after their breakup in 2001. So they had just one match. I believe it was Unforgiven 2001. And they didn't really have anything after that. Kasi it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I don't know, the crowd was quiet for it. I was watching it last week. And then people like Bruce Pritchard have talked about that time in Christian's career. Na he wasn't as like fully formed as Edge. Parang he wasn't all there where Edge kind of was. So I think this is them finally doing it right. It's weird that it took them like more than 20 years
Decades.
to get back to it and do it properly. So what do you guys think? Are you excited for Edge versus Christian?
Just a note na sinabi mo earlier when Christian is not fully formed. That's why I thought the Edge and Christian tag team back then were broken up a little bit too early because they were still at the heights of their success as a tag team. Like noon, you could parang I don't know. I've never di pa ako nanonood ng wrestling, but I feel like at that time you couldn't still distinguish Edge and Christian from one. Like they're still Edge and
Wow.
Christian. Hindi naman sa yung looks pero yung them as wrestling stars, like you identify them as a tag team like the same way that the Dudleys and the Hardys were. So I felt like at that time it was maybe too early. Maybe 2003, yes, maybe Christian was much more. I think mas sinugda siya
But that
by
was because they
2003,
broke up.
2004.
That was they.
Okay, yeah. Okay, got it.
That was because they broke up.
Okay. But still,
no,
I
kasi-
thought it was still way too early.
Yeah, management because it was ready to push Edge at the time. Like,
Yeah, okay.
he was the bigger figure. He was a more imposing physique. So, mas singles ready siya. But, Christian took a little while longer to develop there. So, Jasper, are you excited for Edge versus Christian? This was also before your time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm since as a Hardy fan, I've been seeing Christian and Edge for Edge and Christian for those times when I was watching clips, and I'm kind of glad now we're having this as Edge finally Edge being or Adam Copeland in past his prime and Christian in his full form. Is that right?
Yeah.
Kasi during
Full
those
main
during
It's
those
prime, sige.
during those times kasi we all saw Christian as the person like the shadow or like in the shadows of Edge lang, and it shows during the time during his World Heavyweight Championship run. He was getting like the laziest pops. And give the guy like credit.
Wow.
Like that was. I mean, dude, yung Titantron niya was like there was a scene there na he was getting RKO'd. That's how bad is how WWE treated the dude. That's how
Yeah.
bad. But I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm happy about this feud. I'm kind of excited where it's gonna go kasi we never saw we did see this Christian side nung TNA, and how is this supposed to be applied with the Adam Copeland that we know right now?
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to WWE. Let's go back to WWE. Let's go to Fastlane real quick. Jasper, just put it up. Yeah, so the main event was the main event. Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura had last man standing. And despite a quote-unquote broken back, Seth won. Pa rin. So we talked about this a little bit nung Picks of the Week, Emil and I. But I wanted to talk about this a little more because wow, doesn't make Shinsuke look bad. Like I think he doesn't care that much at this point because, like I said, he's just in money mode, right? So he's just getting the WWE paycheck and he's happy with that. But Rollins has a broken back and then, alam mo yun, he still wins. He still finds a way to win. And then people were mad at Cody or at WWE when Cody lost to Roman Reigns because they felt that he shouldn't have had this like rock bottom period that he has to claw back from and wait for him to do that for us for the next big moment, diba? And then we have this in action now in Seth. Now he doesn't get to rock bottom at all, and then he just keeps winning versus a guy who has rediscovered his passion, his brutality, diba? And then this is what it looks like when you keep winning, diba? It's not great because it made the other guy look bad, and this was what was supposed to be a guy with a broken back, diba? So I felt like it was such a big lose-lose. Na
Yeah.
Nakamura looks terrible for not being able to destroy a guy with a broken back, and then Rollins looks terrible because he wins all the time. So I'm just so pissed off with it because I was all in when Rollins won the World Heavyweight Championship, nung Night of Champions, diba? And now I'm not. Now I'm taken fully out of it. Actually, nung nanalo pa siya nung Payback, eh. That's when I first got disillusioned with this whole thing.
I would
So-
know.
Yeah, what?
No, he's frustrated. If you see, yeah, Jasper, elaborate on.
Yeah, go for it, Jasper.
There was a video that I sent to the guys about my reaction when Finn Balor hit the coup de grace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was,
SummerSlam.
we all thought, this was from SummerSlam. We all
Oh
thought that this
yeah,
was
right.
it.
SummerSlam.
Brother, guy kicks out. I loses my mind. I fell asleep after the match. I don't know. I really wish it was Finn though. Pero yun, yeah.
Yeah, that's same sentiments. Same sentiments thing. Kasi I did predict last week, and in the predictions I did predict last week na even though I don't want another Seth Rollins victory, na he's gonna win. Because if they were gonna have Shinsuke win, dapat nung Payback pa lang should have won. Because there was already an established story that Seth is injured and Shinsuke went. That was his target throughout the match. Hindi pa rin siya nanalo. So on this one, even though I was expecting Seth to win, there's a part of me that wishes, Shinsuke, please win this match, please end this reign. And then after when Seth got missed and went to that table and still got up, that's when I knew, okay, Seth is not gonna lose this one.
That's super
He's
Rollins to you, buddy.
He's gonna super Rollins his way to winning this match. And it was a lose-lose situation. Like Rollins did not come out of it looking good. Same with Nakamura.
Yep.
Get ready to learn his theme song. Yeah, so Emil said that Nakamura doesn't look the same after this. I agree. It looks so bad.
I agree.
How do you turn heel? How do you find a new gear and then still fail to win? And then I know not everyone can win, pero if this was the plan, then why did you have Nakamura turn on Seth, diba? Like, why was this the guy to waste a good heel turn on? Sana it was like on Ricochet. At least Ricochet. Do it to Ricochet at least.
Yeah.
I think they're going backwards with it. Like they had him turn heel against the champion, and then he's gonna get his wins over the mid carders at the.
That's so weird.
Dapat the other way around yun eh. Like you should have turned on the mid card, then work your way up. But it was the other way around for him, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's such a bad big picture decision. Like maybe you're getting to Seth versus Drew, but I don't know. Why do this in the first place, diba? Why waste a good heel turn on Seth, on the champion that you're not gonna have lose, diba? Yeah. We've all vented our frustrations about that. Let's move on. One more time.
Yep.
Okay, so we have gone 2 pay-per-views without a Roman Reigns match, right? Tama?
Yes. Yep. SummerSlam was the last one.
Yeah, and we have Crown Jewel in a few weeks, and that's going to be in Saudi Arabia. And because it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, there will be rather a Roman Reigns match, but we don't know who it's going to be versus yet. There are rumors, or there is speculation rather, that says it's going to be Cena, but rumors have also said that it's not going to be Cena. The rumors have also floated the idea of AJ Styles, which makes sense, I think. Could be LA Knight Dao, but I don't know how that ties in. So who do you guys think, or who do you guys want Roman's next opponent to be?
I think for me, I'm gonna go with I think it's gonna be Cena, because there's something that Cena said in the Fastlane post press conference that really caught my eye.
Media Scrum.
Media Scrum, sorry. And he said that he got asked about the strike, the actors, the SAG, what's Screen Actors Guild
SAG-AFTRA.
strike, and SAG-AFTRA strike, and someone asked him if what pag over na daw yun, is he still gonna appear on WWE programming? And he said he can't really do both at the same time. So once the strike is over, he's going back. So I think malapit din matapos yun. So do the match while they still can. So do the match now against Roman at Crown Jewel and just get it over with. And then do the AJ program or LA Knight program a little bit later because you have a lot of time until Royal Rumble to do that.
So Jasper, sorry, did you have anything? Oh wait, he's
Uh,
gone. Hey.
no, I'm here. For me, this is for Crown Jewel, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
for Crown
the
Jewel.
Saudi show.
If if they really want to sell this match, I think they're gonna have everyone there since it's, you know how WWE is with booking in Crown Jewel. Dude, Goldberg beats what's his name? Bray
Wyatt.
Wyatt, the
Fiend.
Fiend in
Wow.
freaking Saudi
Forgot the
Arabia. I
dead
don't know
man.
why. Yun nga eh. I'm sorry, Bray Wyatt. Pero not gonna. I'm leaning more on this for John Cena for what Emil mentioned. Ayun lang on my part.
I don't think it's gonna be Cena because I think Cena was shoehorned in the stories because of the strike. This current Cena run, as Emil said, and as Cena said himself, it's because of the strike. And when that ends, it's gonna be done. But I think they had a long term plan for it. That's why AJ Styles was taken out by the Bloodline. So I think it's gonna be AJ, and I would much rather have that because it's a matchup that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's different.
That's true.
I'd rather have someone who isn't part of the bloodline to to go up against Roman. But I mean, Cena isn't part of the bloodline as well. But I've already seen Cena versus Roman last year, diba?
Yep.
Or the other year, 2021.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've already seen this. I don't know how they're gonna make it different. I mean, Cena is still from Hollywood. Nothing changed, diba? So I don't
Yeah.
understand. I don't know how they're gonna keep it fresh, diba? So I want to see AJ versus Cena versus Roman kasi that tied into the story that we're telling before Cena came in. Yun. That's all. That's our picks for Cena for Roman's next opponent. One more thing before we end the show. We talked about Seth Rollins. We should have talked about this actually after the Nakamura thing. Let's put up the last slide, Jasper. So from this week's Raw, we have, as someone else referred to in the chat, Seth is going to defend his championship versus Drew McIntyre at Crown Jewel. Drew has been teasing a heel turn, but he's not fully heel yet. He might be turning heel soon, though, but ano ba to? Are we going to waste another heel turn on a triumphant Seth Rollins? Diba? So,
man.
what's happening here? Are you guys excited for this feud?
Coming from the last Seth, two feuds that Seth had, someone like we thought that person was gonna win the title. I don't know, because it's kind of the same pattern as Nakamura. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when their feud started, Nakamura was also teasing a heel turn, and he turned on Seth, and they had that feud where we thought Seth was gonna win the title. So I don't know if Drew is the guy to beat Seth. I don't want to be optimistic about this. Like, I think he is there just. I think he's gonna use this program to turn heel and then feud with someone else. But I don't think he's gonna win the title over Seth at this point.
I agree with what Emil said because it feels a little forced when Drew McIntyre is the next feud for this. Because again, like as Emil said, this is gonna be another repackage for Drew, given that he fell a little down the card during the times after the WrestleMania match he had with Gunther and Sheamus, and this is probably a revival for him. But again, it's a little odd for me. But I do hope they deliver with what they're doing. That's for me.
I was a lot more compelled with Drew McIntyre versus the New Day. That was way more interesting to me as a story. I would have much rather seen a big Drew versus Kofi match sa next PLE, but then we get Kofi versus Ivar for the last couple of weeks, for the last 3 weeks. Nothing wrong with that, but I really liked the whole tension that he had with the New Day. He's acting like a dick, but he's not fully a dick. He was just really mad about things. He couldn't hold his temper in. You're right. I don't feel anything that Seth has been doing lately. Parang naging nakainis na uli yung character niya. Especially winning all the time. Now it feels like he's just rubbing it in, and that's not good for a face character. If I feel like as a fan, he's not coming across as someone that I feel is likable. So that's not good, and they have to make an adjustment there. Again, oh yeah, one more thing. Damian Priest didn't cash in. Did you want him to cash in?
Not right now. I
In
would say.
Fastlane?
Not right now, kasi
Not right
they still
now.
have a story ongoing.
You don't want this nightmare to end.
Hindi kasi
Not
may
right.
You don't want
story
this
pa
Seth
yung
nightmare to
Judgment
end.
Day on its own eh. Although, I do think if kasi Survivor Series matches are usually 5-on-5, right? So, maybe a way to get Seth involved and be the fifth man of the babyface team is to have Damian try to cash in on him or do. Kasi I don't know. This is a detail na I think I wish na most of you noticed on Raw. There was a backstage segment where Drew and Rhea Ripley were talking with each other. So maybe that's they're looking forward to Survivor Series, and maybe it's gonna be a 5-on-5. So I think that's also a reason why I don't think Seth is gonna lose the title anytime soon, because I think they're gonna do that come Survivor Series.
Well, if what we hear is true, then poor Drew. All right. Yeah. So that's it for our topics for this week for the live stream. But we will be having a bonus episode once more for all the thoughts that we couldn't fit on this hour. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna get published on Saturday. Automatic na yan if you are subscribed to the Wrestling Podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Before we go, though, you guys got any plugs? Jasper, you have been appearing on Stanley Chi's
Jasper.
podcast. You want to plug that?
If anyone here is wanting to start their freelance career or looking for inspirations for working, you guys should check out a friend of the pod. His name's Stanley Chi. Underpaid
Yes.
podcast with Stanley Chi. And if you guys have time, please like the company's page, which is the Pod Network Entertainment. It really helps us deliver this stuff for you guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Emil, what about you?
Just follow me on all my socials. On TikTok, I did post last week my rendition of the Swerve Strickland Prince Nana dance. So, so go check that out on my socials on Twitter, on TikTok, on Twitter at email_meister, and follow me on follow me on my Instagram as well at EmilNate22.
Yo.
Bruce is asking if there's any plans to make a wrestling
What is
podcast
that?
broadcast channel on Instagram. It's one of those things na it's like a chat on Instagram, pero it's just you giving out announcements and posts. Para siyang private feed. I've been trying to figure out how to do that for the longest time, pero I couldn't find it. But now that we have more than 1,000 followers, maybe we could. So I'll get back to you, and you'll see naman. You'll see if we ever manage to figure it out. Yun. For my plugs naman, please go watch MWF Todos Los Wrestling. It's gonna be on October 22. That's a Sunday after next. It's gonna be our Halloween show. You can come in costume. I know I will be coming in costume.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a chance to win a prize. I forgot what the prize is. I'm so sorry. Pero it's gonna be a fun Halloween event for us over in MWF. It's gonna be at Mandala Park, Mandaluyong, Shaw Boulevard. Tickets are only 450 pesos. Available on tickettome.net. You'll see it. One of the first things you'll see when you go to tickettome.net. really, really affordable, guys. It's gonna be a fun event. Lots of fun will be had. Glendale, you never know, man. I'll see you. I hope to see you guys there. And if you can't make it, you can always watch MWF on Rock of Manila TV by RJ. It broadcasts every Monday 9 p.m. There's going to be a replay, I believe, on Thursdays, and then we also upload the episodes after that on YouTube without ads if you don't like the ads. So just follow and subscribe. Yeah. Just follow and subscribe to Manila Wrestling Federation on YouTube to get the weekly TV episodes. Yun. Please support local wrestling. I know that you guys are fans of what we do, but if you want us to keep going and grow the industry to a place where it's not just a hobby, it's not just a thing that happens on weekends, please do support it. Yun. Please also, if you haven't listened to Unmasked yet, the full season 1 is available. Unmasked: The Chronicles of Roman and Sandata. It's available on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. No word yet on season 2. We are busy. ABL and I are busy. He has just gotten sa office namin, so we're now co-workers. But we'll update you on when season 2 will be coming to fruition. But there will be. We just don't know when it is yet. Yun. Also, want to plug friend of the podcast, Kyle, and his band Square One has a new single. It's called Windang. It's available on Spotify and all streaming services, I believe. It's a really, really good song, guys.
Yeah, it is. It is a
super
great
galing.
song.
Ang galing.
Yeah.
Whoever the guitarist is, I'm not sure who the one doing the solo is, but it's really, really good. The song reminds me of the rock, the OPM rock that we would listen to back in high school. That's how good it is. Because I think that this is me not up to date with my OPM, but OPM doesn't quite sound like that nowadays. So it was a nice throwback to me. And I guess to Emil as well. So please go check that out. It's called Windang by Square One. It's spelled as it sounds. So please go check that out and support your fellow kapodcast in Kyle Jimenez. Yun. That's the end of the podcast this week. The live stream. Thank you for listening. Before you go, you can, if you want to talk some more wrestling with us, you can reach us on Twitter. At EML_Meister for Emil, at _Stan C for Stan, at Chino Supersize for Chino, at Monday Night Rowan, NITE for Rowan ASH, me at Roazwar on Twitter, at Shang.Daddy on Threads. The podcast is at Wrestling2XPod on Twitter and TikTok, at Wrestling Podcast on Instagram and Threads, and here on Facebook it's the Wrestling Podcast. So, yeah, that's where you can find all of us. Thank you once again, the Babyface producer Jasper, for filling in tonight. Even though hindi siya updated sa wrestling at may sakit siya.
That's true.
Thank you so much for being able to do this thing.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you as well to the wonderful boys and girls, kasama na si Jasper, of the Pod Network, especially to Babyface manager Riza, and everyone who helps us do our thing and makes us sound really, really good. Jasper as well. Thank him for the really nice OBB that is updated last week. If you're just tuning in and hearing it right now, till next time, we'll see you. You can check out our bonus episode, and then we'll see you next Monday or Tuesday for the picks of the week, and then next Thursday for our usual live stream. All right. Till then, please stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. Protect your money, don't make it confidential. And don't be a dick, guys. Wrestling Podcast out. Peace.